Hello friends, this video is extremely important, so make sure to watch this video till the end. But what is this video all about? Well, we are going to do facial exercises today together for Bell's palsy and even synkinesis. So, if you are someone who has recently developed Bell's palsy, you are in the mid phase of Bell's palsy, or you are in the chronic phase of Bell's palsy, or even if you have developed synkinesis, you can do this exercise. They're extremely safe, very important to do. So, let's get started. Before we start, let me tell you the unique part about this exercise, and that is we are not going to exercise the affected side of the face. In fact, we are going to exercise the non-affected side of the face. Yes, you heard me right. And here are the 5 most important reasons why you should do exercise of facial muscles on the good side of the face before we learn those exercises. Well, the number one reason it's important to do exercise for the good side of the face is to make sure that you reduce the intensity of the facial movements on the good side. Let me explain this. When you suffer from Bell's palsy or synkinesis of any sort, your good side of the face moves much more faster than the affected side. This is just because it's a normal muscle. But whenever it will move, the affected side of the face has to struggle to match up for those movements, which puts additional strain and discomfort on the facial muscles. And when it's a situation of synkinesis, it aggravates synkinesis as well. That's why you would have observed that whenever your blink speed increases, there are more pull that's felt around the mouth. At the same time, when you are smiling widely or when you are laughing or speaking a lot, at that time as well, eyes get swollen. To an extent, it's also because of the fast movements on the good side of the face. You know what? Even Botox is given on the non-affected side when a person suffers from Bell's palsy and synkinesis. The idea is simple: to minimize the force and the contractions on the non-affected side of the face so that the affected side can easily match up the non-affected side and the face gains symmetry. We can do this exactly without this Botox with the help of these exercises. Second reason that we should do facial exercises on the good part of the face is that you get an understanding of what a normal movement looks like. See, when you suffer from Bell's palsy, whenever you are moving the facial muscles on the affected side, the feedback that your brain gets is a wrong feedback. Basically, the brain learns that there is something wrong in the face, and the brain tries to adjust with sending different forms of contraction so that eventually you should be able to move the face. But that leads to altered movement patterns. This can be minimized by having a very good awareness of the facial movements on the good side. So you can use it as a template by doing facial exercises on the affected side as well. The third reason you should do exercise on the good side of the face is when you are doing facial exercises on good side and blocking the facial muscles on the affected side, you are not adding up the load that these facial muscles will end up getting otherwise when you do facial exercises without support. This will also ensure that the facial contractions on the affected side happens, but at a very minimal force, which is what we want when working on Bell's palsy and synkinesis. The fourth reason is whenever you do these facial exercises, especially in front of the mirror, by hiding the affected side of the face, you are seeing the good side of the face. This gives a positive feedback to the brain and a better understanding to your brain as in how your facial muscle needs to move. And when you do that, muscle memory stays active, it stays retained, and whenever you attempt to do facial movements on the affected side, that time that muscle memory will help you. And last but not the least, whenever you are doing facial muscle exercises on the good side of the face, you are learning control of movements. The control, the rhythm, that is very important, and you end up reducing the forceful contractions that you eventually put on the face. Because in my practice, I've seen so many people just trying to do facial movements so fast that the face deviates on the good side so hard that the normal side of the face just don't get the opportunity to move well. These are 5 reasons why you should do facial exercises on good side of the face. So now let's get started with those exercises. So the first thing that you have to do for doing this facial exercise is to block the affected side of the face. So let's say this is the affected side. You are going to place a hand like this. Second thing what you're going to do is try to do this exercise in front of a mirror or else a camera. Because here what we are learning is control of movement. We are learning how to do a controlled facial contractions without applying too much force. This feedback will be achieved very nicely if you do it in front of mirror. So now let's do this exercise. So here the idea is we are not going to allow any movement on the affected side of the face, and that's why we are going to block this with the help of hand. Now what we are going to do is we are going to raise the eyebrows at the count of 5 and come back at the count of 3. Let's do this. Raise your eyebrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back. 1, 2, 3. Now what you will observe is when you will do this, you will start feeling some contraction here, but it will be so mild that it will not trigger synkinesis. And even if it triggers, your hand will be supporting, which will prevent additional triggering of synkinesis. So let's do this for 2 more counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. As you see here, I'm doing it very slowly. The idea is to learn control, not to complete a movement. Now, you can do this from 3 to 5 repetitions. Now, the next exercise and the most important one is closing and opening of the eyes. So, you're going to very slowly close the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And very slowly open the eyes. Again, very slowly close your eyes. Stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then very slowly open the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, very slowly close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, very slowly open your eyes. Make sure you are not allowing the affected side of the eyes to close and open while doing this exercise. Number 3, very slowly close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And very slowly open the eyes. Again, very slowly close your eyes. And then again, very slowly open the eyes. One more time. Slowly close your eyes. And then slowly open your eyes. And relax. Now, we are going to do the next exercise around the eyes, which is circling your eyeballs. To here, it's okay if the affected side of the eye also rotates. The eyeballs also rotate. That's fine, but make sure your hand is there and then make circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you have to do it at a very slow pace. Keep a very slow and consistent pace. Think of this way, that you are doing all these movements in slow motion. Now, the next movement that you're going to do is flaring of the nose. So what you're going to do is flare your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simply, you're going to breathe in from that nostril and breathe out from that nostril. Don't allow this nostril to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, 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 breathe out. And relax. The next action, you're going to make a sniffing action. And then relax. Again, the idea is not to do it very forcefully. Very gentle and slow sniff. 2, relax. 3, relax. 4, relax. 5, relax. 6, relax. Now, you're going to practice this where you're trying to show your teeth. Very slowly, then slowly relax. 2, slowly relax. 3, slowly relax. 4, slowly relax. And 5, slowly relax. Now you're going to practice smile. Make sure that you're not allowing contractions on the affected side. 2, and then back. 3, back. 4, back. And 5, and relax. The next is you're going to practice saying word O. Okay. So again, block and try practicing O and relax. 2, relax. 3, relax. 4, O, relax. 5, O, and relax. Now let's move on to the next action. Here, we're going to place one finger here, and then you're going to press this lip upwards, and then come back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax. Make sure to do this exercises only 5 repetitions, not more than that, and you can do this 2 times in a day. As I told you, this exercises is not to develop movement on the affected side. In fact, to reduce the forceful contraction on the non-affected side so that your facial muscles on the affected side gets the opportunity to move well. The idea is simple. We want to bring symmetry on the face. We want that both the face side of the face moves equally. We don't want one side of the face jumping way more faster than the slower side. And that's the purpose of doing this exercise. So I hope that this exercise were helpful for you. And I'm betting you won't find this exercises on internet. This has been developed by working with multiple patients in our practice and following some simple first principle rules that have been taught to us in our neuro rehab practice. So, if you are someone who is suffering from Bell's palsy, chronic Bell's palsy or synkinesis and need help, a personalized guidance on what form of exercises you should do for your facial muscles, feel free to reach out to us. On that note, I'll end this video here and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.